Well, of course, the arts are important nationwide. It's a big economic driver. Arts are what got most of us through the terrible last few years that we have suffered with. In New Mexico, the arts are especially important, and that National Endowment for the Arts funding is especially important. So I'm here today talking to my congressional delegation from New Mexico and asking them to support, in specific, National Endowment for the Arts increase in funding. This morning I met with Senator Ben Ray Lujan. I have to say we're very lucky in New Mexico. All of our delegation is very, very supportive of the arts and have been lead sponsors or co-sponsors on really important bills for the arts. So I am very lucky in that way, and Ben Ray Lujan was wonderfully receptive. We had a long conversation. It was a really good meeting. Well, as an executive branch employee in state government, I can't advocate at the state level. It's not something that I can readily do. So for me, being able to do that at the national level is really important. So what I will take home is learning more. This is new for me, this federal advocacy. So learning more and more about how this works and how I can be supportive for my state at a national level is really important to me. And there's a nonprofit organization in the state that does advocacy at the state level, and to be able to bring back information for them about what's going on at the national level so they can really focus on the state level, I think will be important. I've been a member of Americans for the Arts for 10 years. I joined when I joined the state arts agency as a public art project coordinator because we need in the arts advocacy. It's often something that goes under the radar. People don't realize how much the arts impact their lives. Often you'll hear people say things about maybe charitable contributions, like people like to give money to things that save lives or change lives, and often people don't understand how the arts can do both of those things. So it's really important that there is advocacy happening at all levels, and AFTA is hugely critical to our national advocacy for the arts. I think things like this, where we can come together as a cohort, we're here, a small group of us are here today to do this work, and meeting those other people who are doing this same work in their states, that is, aside from the advocacy, which is of course paramount, it's so important that we connect with each other and understand the work that we're each doing in our states and how we can advocate for that on a national level. So New Mexico has an incredibly deep arts and culture heritage. I come from New England, which also has an amazing arts and culture history. But really, when you think about the deep history of places like New England or even Washington, you think about political history or revolutionary history. In New Mexico, the arts and culture thousands and thousands of years have been a fundamental part of who we are. And so you have to go there to experience it. It's in every nook and cranny of the state. There are people making beautiful things or performing incredible music or acting or dancing. There's flamenco, there's mariachi, there's so much amazing stuff happening in New Mexico in the arts. It's impossible to describe it, it's impossible. It also became an arts colony. I mean, in Taos and Santa Fe, artists came a long time ago and started settling there. And depending on what numbers you look at, Santa Fe in particular is sometimes considered the third or fourth largest art market in the country, not per capita, just in pure dollars spent on art.